All right, good evening, everybody. This is going to be a market update for March 31st. Let's go ahead and get into it here. This is the Bitcoin daily futures chart that I have up right now. And you're going to see that it differs a little bit from the Bitcoin spot. And the reason I say that is because of this, the 10 EMA right here in yellow. Okay. Bitcoin had a nice big green stick here the other day. And on the 4-hour chart, when I made my entry, the price was way below the lower Bollinger Band. But all this is doing is basically letting the Bollinger Bands come in and get tighter. So just expect to stay in this range. If anything, just kind of watch for some downward momentum going on here. But whether it's going to be anything too major or not, it's hard to say just yet. And I'll get into that in a little bit. The squeeze indicator is getting pretty close to flat. Okay, the slow stochastics, if I can speak right, is getting close to the overbought range. So this will need to be watched. But anyway, that's what I've got on the Bitcoin future. Still a possible, maybe move up into, let's call it maybe 6,900. That would be the 20-day moving average. Anything above that, and then it's going to make a pretty healthy move up to about 7,400. So we'll keep an eye on that. Just not expecting a ton to go on here just yet, but we are getting closer. Let's go over to the Bitcoin spot daily. And again, this is where it differs a little bit from the futures, right? We had a bullish engulfing candle right here. Price got above the 10 EMA, closed above it, but couldn't get above the 20. And look how tight these are right now. So if you think this is boring right now, it's going to get boring for just a little bit longer. But at some point, these Bollinger Bands are going to get real tight, and that's going to define the next move. I would err on the side of caution here, guys. This has been, like I said, this whole thing has been a corrective move up. And to me, based on previous history, and I keep, bringing it up, but we saw this big move, okay, after the long, bear move right here, and then price basically just gave all of it back, or almost all of it, and came back and made a higher high. So that's kind of what I'm expecting here until proven otherwise. So I'm just going to be real cautious about taking longs here. Unless we can get and close above 7,000. Okay? So just be careful out there. This thing could obviously just come in and rip somebody's head off and go to 5,000 and retest those lows and maybe make a higher low. And then you've got something, base building going on, bottoming out, and then we'll work towards maybe moving to the highs. But something's going to have to change for me to change my mind. But we'll keep an eye on it. I mean, I can always change my mind day to day, right? Based on the data I'm given. So until that happens, we'll see. All right, so let's go to, let's just take a look at a couple other things real quick. Ethereum, same thing, and I'm not going to regurgitate this too much, guys. All these patterns are going to be very similar. Bollinger Bands getting tight. Decision time coming up fairly soon. LTC is probably going to be the same, and yep, there it is. Bollinger Bands are tight. Let's go to XRP, probably going to be the same thing. Bollinger Bands getting tight. I could go on and on, guys. Link, almost every chart you look at, the Bollinger Bands are extremely tight. So we've got a decision coming up here pretty soon. So time to keep a heads up and be ready for it. So, all right, so that's pretty much the altcoin market. Let's go over and take a look at the stock market and see what's going on over there. S&P 500, basically we had the nice move yesterday to try to recapture this high. It didn't happen, and it's acting as a resistance. Coincidentally, again, at that 38.2 retracement and the 20-day moving average. As long as this 20 or 10-day EMA holds, then, you've got a chance to maybe go up here and test, 50% retracement, maybe even that 50 EMA right there. That'd be close to 2,900. Let's just call it 2,850. And then after that, maybe even the 61.8. But we're not there yet. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. At some point, again, I think this is coming back to retest this low, just to be for sure, right? And let's face it, there's going to be a lot of bad news coming out here pretty soon. It's just a matter of, can we beat the virus? And until we see some sort of, signs that something's working, this market is just going to be it's going to play it to the downside. I mean, so let's go look at a couple other things real quick. Let's look at the VIX. Talked about this. It was losing momentum. We had bearish indicators, right? And again, it lost momentum today. It lost the 20 EMA. Talked about that last night. Price is like, now obviously this thing, if you get some sort of down 1,200 point day, then VIX is going to spike back up, right? But I just think this is pretty much the beginning of the end for the VIX. It could pop back up, but I think that's going to be pretty much it, unless we go to DEFCON 1 and we've got World War 3. So anyway, with that said, guys, I'm going to leave it there. You guys stay safe out there. Take care of each other, and we'll talk soon. Take care.